And we are back. It is Protoman 111 with Let's Play Megaman Legends. In the last segment, we just got out of Lake June, and we just got a nice big refractor, and we put said refractor in Flutter, so Flutter are the flyings now. So, before we get on with the story again, we gotta do that thing that everybody likes. Those side quests. Now, there are quite a bit we can cover now, since we can, do a lot more things now with the jet skates and the jump springs. To start, we will go ahead and go to the TV station, because that's probably going to be the longest one we're going to have to do. At the TV station, you can do a set of mini games. These are little cheesy mini games, but they do have rewards at the end, so it probably is worth your while to do them. We can get 2 of them from here, from this lady right here, and this lady will give us a summary of our results in those mini games. And then the third one is this guy. Now this guy says something about running, but actually you need the jet skates to be able to do his mini games. If you come here before then, he'll pretty much just say, yeah, I'm looking for somebody who can move really fast, and that's it. He'll never give you another option until you get the jet skates. But right now, you can do these 2 games before his. You don't have any prerequisites for it, anything, so let's go ahead and do these first. Dangerous games. Ironically enough, the only thing dangerous about these games is the things you're messing with. It's a danger more to them than to you. There are 2. There's Beast Hunter, not Beastly Hunter, and Balloon Fantasy. We'll start with the easier of the 2 first, because this one's less time consuming. It's very, very simple. With all the numbers and the cheesy backgrounds and the things of who's what's now. As you can tell, there are lots of balloons kind of bouncing around. Your goal here is to actually destroy all the red balloons while leaving the blue balloons alone. Each rank has a shorter time allotment to actually clear the red balloons out of the room. And the blue balloons add 1 second to your timer, so you do not want to shoot those. This game is pretty simple in the fact that if you have good range, you can quite literally stand in one place and, pretty much shoot everything. We got good range and rapid all to it, but it's not very hard to do. So rank D, you have 22 minutes. Now doing what I did probably just doomed me from the start, but like I said before, you want to avoid shooting the blue balloons. The larger balloons, actually, when you shoot them and destroy them, they split into smaller balloons. This is pretty straightforward. If you do well enough, you can pretty much just stay in one spot. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip to rank A. That way you don't have to see me do the other ranks. They're all virtually the same way. When I get to rank A, I'll tell you the differences. So, hold on just a second. Okay, rank A. Time limit's 12 seconds. This actually is kind of intimidating a little bit. There are more blue balloons than there were before, and there are lots more red balloons to make it longer. You really seriously want to avoid hitting the blue balloons on this rank, because it's pretty much can doom you from the start. Oh, did I do it? Yes? No? Yes? Yes! Right on the wire. Now this is a Mystic Orb. You get this for it's a special weapon part, so we can't use it just yet until we get its buddy there, so we can make a special weapon. But right now, we're done with this. Let's move on to the next game. Beast Hunter. It's really not hunting a beast. It's actually kind of funny. Little cheesy question box room. Okay, the goal of this game is you're hitting a dog that's chasing a guy for no apparent reason. Don't know why the guy's getting chased. Maybe he pissed the dog off. Maybe, if he decided to kick the dog and the dog's angry at him. Only thing we care about is kicking the crap out of the dog with a ball. We can skip the rules for the most part, but let me skip to the controls here. Now these are basically the controls. The triangle is your right foot, square is your left foot, circle is to inch left and right. You can actually run left and right, but you can't move any other direction. My strategy will not require any of this. It'll just require timing and knowing how the game works, which is not that difficult. I'll explain as we go along. All the ranks have the same time limit, which is 30 seconds, but the par, or the points you need to make before the timer runs out, you will always increase. In this case, it's 10. When you hit the ball, a dog with the ball, it's 1 point. If you hit the guy with the ball, it's minus 1 point. Eventually, you'll get a ball that looks like a dog. and that works into my favor. Now, the dog that you kick at another dog is actually worth 2 points. Now, you did see a flashing dog. When you see that flashing dog and you hit it, it's actually worth 2 points if it's with a dog, 3 to 4 points if it's with another dog ball. Really, it's all timing. You don't have to do really any of this running around, moving left and right. I never really do that. If you're going for higher scores, yes, you'd want to do that. But you can do this method and get by without having to worry or make a significant strategy. So, real quickly, I will skip to rank A so you don't have to see this thing 3-4 times over. Okay, rank 16. Rank A, par 16. There's no significant changes here. It's all pretty much the same song and dance that you'll find in the rest of the ranks. The time limit does not change. It is still 30 seconds. In this round, you really want to focus on hitting that flashing dog. Doesn't matter with what you hit it with. If you can hit it with the dog ball, it'll significantly help your chances of getting 16 points. But regardless, try to hit both dogs that appear in the round that are flashing. That'll make your life a whole lot easier. As you can tell, we've already pretty much reached 16 points with 5 seconds to spare, so we have no problems doing that if you focus on the flashing dogs. You get a Zeta Saber. Now, this is also a special weapon part. We can't use it just yet. So, let's get out of here. Now, the final minigame, which can be a little annoying and fun at the same time, is this guy's minigame. Of course, he says running, but there's nothing to do with running. It's actually with the jet skates and the controls. Really quickly before we do this, however, I will show you the techniques you can use to actually make this minigame a little bit easier. Now, with the controls from the jet skates, you want to come out here and I'll demonstrate. First of all, go to the special item menu and equip them. Without them on, you'll just run. Circle activates them. Holding back will kind of slow him down a bit. If you push back and left and back and right in a diagonal, kind of pushing scheme there, you can kind of help him do a slower turn with a sharp. You can help him with sharp turns basically with it. The left button and the right button will help him bank, so you can help him make turns more easily. L1 will do a left bank, R1 will do a right bank, and then you can combine all these controls to do a really sharp turn, really circular turn like so. Also, you can press forward and you will move slightly faster than normal. These are good for straightaways and things of that nature when you're in a hurry. But with those basic controls in mind, we will now actually start this game. You won't usually have to implement any of these controls until like the last course that we have to do, which is the technical course, as there are 3 courses we'll have to run through. However, they're all the same song and dance as the other 2. Rank D to rank A, and at rank A you get an item of some sort. Now, we don't need to hear the rules. I will just show you. It's easier to show you than to read. There are 3 courses, as I've said. The straight being the easiest, left curve being the moderately hard one, and the technical course, the pain in the ass of the 3. Okay, so your goal is to go through all the flashing cones that are there. If you go past a cone and you screw up, you might as well fail it by going through a pair of cones that aren't flashing. That way you can get disqualified and you can start over again. The time limits aren't too bad if you're not going for any kind of records, as the developers have set some records on this particular deal. But other than that, this is pretty straightforward and pretty easy to do. You'll notice in the distance there's a yellow cone. You hit those and those will stop the timer, as so. Now these are important if you're going for records and for the harder courses later on. Of course, we made a record in the deal. Now you'll get different music if you've beaten the first dev's record, who's made a record score on this course. No pun intended. I'll just use pro, and then you can compare your time with the other guys. And it's the same song and dance in all 3 of the courses, and it's not any different. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and actually skip to rank A just to show you what you get at the end, so you don't have to see me do this about 2-3 more times. So give me just a minute. Okay, rank A, the time limit is 7 seconds. It's not any different than what you're expecting, and there are no really big significant changes other than the time limit being significantly shorter. As you get higher up, hitting the cone is more imperative because it'll just freeze the time for you, and don't run. If you screw up at rank A, you miss a pair of cones, you might as well not even do it. And that music has just said that you've just achieved a course record. You've beaten the first dev's record time on this, if you ever get that music. So, It's for shits and giggles, and you get a music box from it. And this is for roll. And as your spotter, you're obligated, as her being your spotter, excuse me, you're obligated to give her nice things, and she's a lady, and you know, you gotta treat the ladies right. Next course is a left curve course. Now this one takes more of the advantage of the banking techniques that I've taught you, and it helps you get around a little more easily. The course isn't too much of different than the left or the straight course. It's actually just about the same, except you just have to turn left at one point. And we'll skip that because that's not really important. And there you go. So with that, give me just a couple minutes and we'll skip to rank A and show you what's on that particular run. Okay, rank A. Time limit is 8 seconds. Hitting those cones, as I said with the other ones, is more imperative here because it stops the timer. And since this course is a little longer, it's more important here than it would be if you were playing a shorter course. And I missed the cones. Fuck. It's very easy to get stuck on the cones and actually screw up, like I just showed you. But we'll try that again. That's probably the only risk in this particular one, is getting stuck on a cone and going the complete opposite way that you need to go. That sucks to the egg, but whatever. Again, try and use the banking techniques that I taught you. It'll help out with getting a score. And of course, I get a record on this one. Doing this enough, you'll just do it instinctively. You get an Omni unit from this particular one, and the Omni unit actually gives you +1 to everything on your buster part, or your buster gun. So it's helpful in getting some things, but this is the first time you will see the Omni unit. The second time you see the Omni units way later in the game, that gives you +2 of everything. So, now we will try the technical course. This course is a pain in the ass. I cannot stress this enough. Also, there's one point in the course where the two cones aren't very wide. They're pretty tight and you have to get between them. But I'll just show you that when we get to that point. Hitting the yellow cones in here, especially at higher ranks, is more and more imperative than you ever would have thought. If you possibly can, hit them all. If you can't hit them all, pray to God that you did something right. And I did not do something right. Now, coming around this right turn, you'll find that the cone is placed awkwardly, and this is the set of cones that were really, really thin. That point right there can pretty much break you if you're not prepared. So rank is D. You get 3,000 zenny. Now I'll skip ahead again to rank A, so this might be a little bit, because this course is a pain in the ass, so give me just a minute. Okay, rank A. The time limit is unforgiving. 16 seconds to go through this technically winding course. The big hit here on this particular course is actually to use the braking mechanism, i.e. holding back on the control pad or control stick to actually make sharp turns with centering the camera. Of course, I missed that completely. Now, if you do this enough times, you'll feel the course. You'll just turn and do things right properly. Like, we barely made it by the skin of our teeth. Barely made it. 10 milliseconds. That's a giant horn. We can't use this, but it could be used later for somebody else. So with that, we've just completed all the freaking courses. Now these can be fun. Don't get me wrong. Not to mention they can help you get, you know, good control over your jet skates as you go around town and do stupid things like I have in the past. But yeah, this is a fun mini game. I enjoyed this one out of all three of them just because it's great. It's something that's not conventional that the rest of the games didn't offer for you. So with that, now we have a couple more quests we can do. If you haven't noticed the hospital by now, say hello to it. There's somebody here who'll give us a special item that's really, really important. It's one of the most powerful weapons in the game that we can get here. Starting off, you'll notice hospital ladies everywhere, except for her. What's wrong with you? Yeah, camera says, "Hey, wall, my name. I want to talk to you." The wall talks. Now, you see a door. We can't do anything with it yet. Intruder alert! But, come into the waiting area and notice a girl in a wheelchair.
Are you from another island?
Now, this girl's name is Ira.
I wish I could go places too. But just you wait and see. Once my leg gets better, I'm gonna go all over. The nurse tells me that if I keep working hard with the rehabilitation, my leg will get better in no time. Why don't you come over to my room sometime and tell me stories about where you've been? It's so boring just staying in my room by myself all day.
So, she gives you a hint. She's kind of messed up in the legs, or the leg. Since she allows you to go into her quarters, we can do that now. Of course, there's no reason to tell me 305 because there's no other places in the building. Breaking the fourth wall again, but no. Go into her room really quickly, and what you want to do is talk to the nurse that's sitting in here. She'll tell you the situation better than the ones out there would have. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So, since you being the guy who has the power, you take it into your own hands. Or the gal with the power, take it into your own hands. Now, where would you think we need to go talk to? Who would we need to talk to? Either way, the mayor actually can help us do this, because it'll cost you some money. However, it doesn't really matter, because money is easy to come by in this game, if you already know. And for being a good Samaritan or a good guy or gal, it's worth the payout. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and move to City Hall. Before we talk to the mayor, however, there's another quest we can do, so we can knock these two out at once. Do you remember the 3 kids that we were dealing with before? They wanted us to get a pickaxe. Well, guess what? We need to go visit them, because I'm pretty sure they're doing... What is she doing? Okay, so there is a crazy lady on top of a house, and she knocked me off. Thank you. Thank God for no fall damage. We'll speak with her really quickly. I hope you were drunk or something, because no person would generally do that. At any rate, come back and talk to her periodically throughout the game. It's kind of funny that her tone changes, but we'll want to head back to where the guys are, those 3 kids, and just in case you don't remember where they're at and you completely forgot, since they're not that big a deal, we'll go ahead and travel back out there just to see what's going on. And of course, there'll be some police officers that have been improved here. They've been put out here to pretty much improve patrol routes and whatnot. It's kind of useless now since the bombs aren't attacking, but if you notice, the building is slightly different. Looks slightly more built, like there's something there, like they're going to do something with it. And voila. Looks like they crapped all over the walls, but yeah, they've done something to it. Now they need a saw. And I'm glad we have a title, Requisitions Officer. So, you remember that the construction worker we spoke with, the guy who gave us the pickaxe? Well, I gotta go talk to him again, because he's the same guy who would have it. Of course, not all these little side quests for these guys are that easy, unfortunately. There's actually some thought involved, some exploring involved, but we won't get to that till later. We'll get back to them once we've cleared the ruins, the Closure Woods. So, as you can tell, the guy at the distance is the guy we need to speak to. Who throws a saw away? So, downtown is where we need to go. Apparently it's in a trash can of some sort, so we need to go find it. So we'll go ahead and just room all the way over to the downtown area, and it's in a trash can. And the trash can does not change. It's not randomized, it's always the same one. Now, said trash can is actually in the alleyway that's facing the library entrance, which is right here. If you're not sure of that, the thud noise. And we have the saw. So, with that, what we'll do now is I will go ahead and speak to the mayor real quick, and I'll have to cut away. While I'm cutting away, I will definitely give them the saw. It's the same song and dance. Go talk to them. They'll be like, oh, hey, you got us a saw. Wait, come back later. We will show you improved place in the jig. But real quick, head up to City Hall and go into the City Hall building, the one you so arduously protected in the first episodes of this LP, and go upstairs. Talk to the important lady with the blonde hair and the poofy hair, I guess you can call it poofy hair. Now, you'll get the option to talk about the hospital's equipment once you've spoken with the nurse in the Ira's room. Otherwise, it'll just be about the investigation, and you can flatter her by saying, nothing, I just came to see you, and she'll be like, oh. Anyway, she mentions that she wants to actually upgrade the hospital equipment, but she doesn't have the cash to do so. Since you, being the rich digger you somehow became, has the zenny, we can do it. It's 15,000 zenny. Now not hard. You should have this much by now unless you went on a really big spending splurge. So once you said, okay, let's upgrade this thing, she'll go ahead and purchase the equipment. So with that, I will meet you guys back in front of the hospital so we can actually go speak with Ira and have good things hopefully happen, because now we have good equipment to fix her legs with. Before I forget, we need to go back to the shopping arcade. Do you remember the painter that we needed to help? She was missing some red. Well, guess what? We can find it here. Surprisingly, it's a little kind of, well, obscure, because you wouldn't think to come here to find some red unless you're really creative in thinking. We'll head into the female clothing store and talk to the lady that's right here. If you wish, lady. Red lipstick. Well, it's red, so it should work. All the same. Now, she does get a little infatuated with him. You can tell that later. If you come in here just randomly talking to people, like you should, because their dialogues do change between events, but you do that, she'll kind of hint that she has something burning for Mega Man, but he's kind of young, from my understanding, which could be all kinds of wrong, but that's, yeah. And car almost said hi to my face. And another car almost said hi to my face. So, let's go back to the west side of town, and I don't know why I'm taking that, that's actually longer. You can go to the west side or uptown. It's kind of hard to tell it's uptown because it's in the west gate. You'd think it'd be City Hall would be uptown, but apparently not. Now, with that, let's really quickly, before we go back to the hospital, we want to talk to her real quick and give her a hand. Now, she won't respond otherwise until you get the red lipstick.
Oh, you're back. Hmm? What's that? Hey, could I borrow that for a second?
Yeah, and that's like an automatic, yes, give me that shit.
That's it. That's perfect.
What are you doing?
That's exactly what it needed. Thank you so much. Oh, would you look at the time? I better be going.
And she has supersonic speed. She's gotta go fast! At any rate, she went to the museum. We'll go there in just a second. Right now, hospital time. No, not for vaccinations, not because we get sick. But we need to see Ira. Yes, we know. Of course, you can't go in immediately. Like, you can't go in without checking in! And it's a weird mechanism. I don't know. I don't get it.
Hey, Mega Man! Look! Look, I can walk again! The nurse told me that you bought them a machine that fixed my leg. Thank you. Here, this is for you. I found it when I was out for a walk.
And you get the
Come
flower.
back and see me again.
And that is all she says when you talk to her.
Come back and see me again.
But the added bonus is she speaks not words, you know. Anyway, the flower pearl is used to make the shining laser. So it's a good thing you came and helped out and was a good Samaritan. Because being a nice guy or a nice gal pays off. So, with that, we will head into the museum now that we can actually go upstairs. Prior to coming here, and she wasn't in the... She hasn't... If you have not helped her with her painting issue, you cannot go upstairs. Or if you could, there was nobody there. So there's really nothing to do there. And lo and behold, also, painting that she was working on with the red on it now.
Hi there. Thanks for helping me out before. Thanks to you, I was able to finish my painting. I just paint for fun in my spare time. My real job is here, working as the curator. Why don't you take a look around? I know there's not much here, but... Wait! You're a digger, aren't you? If you find anything interesting on one of your digs, could you bring it here and show it to me? If it's really good, I could display it here. You will? Great, thanks.
Hey, thanks for saying yes for me. I really enjoy that. Now, you remember all those useless items that we picked up earlier in the passageways that seem to have no particular use whatsoever? This is where we throw them. Old bone, giant horn, old shield for example, an old doll, shiny object, you know, things of that nature we can give to her and be nice about it.
What's that you've got there? It looks like a bone or something. Oh well, a lot of the people who come here are into strange things like this. It doesn't look like much, but if you want, I can display it here. I'll call it an ancient digging tool. What do you say?
Now, as you go deeper into the passageway, you'll get exceedingly more rare and rare items for her, and she'll freak out more appropriately.
Thank you so much! I bet there are a lot of people who'll come to see this.
And she says this every time you give her an item. She's ecstatic. But, I'm not going through all of them. What she basically does is if you have an item in your inventory, she will kind of like hold her chin and be like, hey, you got something there, blah blah blah, explanation about it. Pretty much that kind of deal. As you get more items in her stock, more people will come in and just kind of like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Poke at stuff and, you know, be amazed. This affects the ending in such a sense that she will show up anyway, I believe, regardless, but it's more significant because you have actually helped her, not just, oh, hey, you have painting. Here's red lipstick. Okay, thanks, bye. That kind of thing. But anyway, with that, we've done all the side quests so far that I can allot time for. Next time, we will be doing it. We will be going to Close Your Woods. And do you remember that ruin that Teasel was trying to dig through to in the Mara Wolf? Yeah, we're going there now since the Flutter are flying, and our flying can equal our ruin. So, I'll see you guys next time. This is Protoman111, signing off.